month. But they have done amazing things with that small money. So I said, how do I participate? So the first year I joined, I was doing 100K per Saturday. This year I revised to 150 per Saturday, okay? But what my 150K does is that the women in my village have a chance to get money to borrow, to do their business of 40K or 50K. And they are happy that so-and-so's son, who is saving more money in our circle, is making it possible for us to borrow. You see? And the good part is this. Every December they give you back your money. So they'll give me slightly more than 7 million in December. But key thing is that they were able to borrow that money. And for me, I don't go there to borrow. But it is important for me to associate with those women, to support them. Because my wife does not want to leave Kampala, those are the women that I'll spend my old age with. So you can see, I am beginning to plan. So my wife can stay in Kampala. Once in a while I can go and check on her, but I'll have a great company of hardworking women and men in my village that I can live with. Once in a while when I pass the trading center and they're taking their marua, I'll contribute 10K, and sometimes they buy a full jerrycan. And the entire weekend is covered. And even me, I participate. Because those are the very men with whom I'll be drinking when I go back to where? So I don't want to retire 20 years to come and then I go to Mayuge. No one will know me. I am doing those things today. So if you want to retire in senior quarters in Mbale, what activities of the community are you participating in today? Do you belong to a circle? Do you belong to Fathers Union? Do you belong to Mothers Union? Do you belong to a book club in your community? Such that even when you retire, you're not seen as a stranger. And those actions are done when? Today. Not when you are being told that you've got 1 year to retire. So participate in your community activities. And you don't have to participate expensively. Participate in the things that you can actually afford. Indirectly, I've spoken about this. Belong to groups that have meaning to you, that have a purpose. These groups will align with your hobbies, with the things that you like. But they give you people that are your company. It is a community. Because when you're old, they're the people that will support you. So make time for groups now, not when you're about to leave your work. We like to invest, but it is important that we diversify where we invest. If I have a few years left to retirement, and I've invested all my money in pieces of land, and in, pieces of land everywhere. There are people in this room that don't even know the number of titles they have. So you have plots in Mbale, in Manafa, in Nyimnyim, everywhere. You have plots. The day you have a problem that requires you to gather about 20 million, that's when you realize that your plots are not able to give you the money. Our plots appreciate, that is true. But that appreciation in value is artificial. It is not actual money. You can't touch it. So as we age, it is good to move some of our money into passive assets. Things like bonds, assets that are able to generate for you income, whether you are physically present or not. I told a story of a member of NSSF who by Kampala standards is very rich. He owns malls, arcades. One time this person fell sick. He wanted to go to India and they needed 400 million. And all the tenants combined in the arcades, their monthly rent wasn't even 40 million. And yet we look at him as a rich man. The only money he had that was more than 400 million was money that he had invested in NSSF. He came and picked that money. So being okay is not about having many buildings, not about having many plots of land, but how easy is it to convert those assets into cash when you need them. So consider diversifying, but consider moving a proportion of your money into passive assets that can easily give you cash when the need for that cash comes. And finally, NSSF is a defined contribution scheme. We are a lump sum scheme. When you qualify for your money, most likely we pay you in lump sum. Of course, there are people that choose to pick a little bit of it. That also is allowed. Today, there are people that qualify to pick their NSSF and they have said, no, I'll only be coming for interest. So every year you declare interest, you give me my 10 million, 30 million, 40 million, I pick that. Or I've got my 200M, I say, let me take only 10 million. That is allowed. But if you don't have that kind of arrangement, consider investing in what we call annuities. Annuities guarantee you a monthly income. Other than picking 1 billion from NSSF and you gamble with it in a business that you've never done before, consider either leaving it with NSSF and you are able to gradually pick only what you need, or when interest is given, or invest in an annuity that guarantees you a monthly income. There is power in certainty. Old age is about certainty, that even if it's little, is it consistently coming? And that will give you peace of mind. Ladies and gentlemen, retirement can be the best time of your life. But for that to happen, you must be deliberate about the actions that you take today. You must be willing to make certain sacrifices today in order to plan for your old age. Because if you don't, it can also be the very worst time that you ever lived. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Geoffrey. I think let's give him a bigger round of applause. I am very sure that we're having personal reflections. Whenever Geoffrey speaks, you begin thinking